Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now March 6th of 2022, and ever since the very ending of the Book of Boba Fett, a lot of Star Wars fans have been very much intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, and exactly what, of course, George, John, and Dave have in store for the entire Star Wars fandom around the globe. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So it's even all the more exciting right now is that, yes, we are currently getting very close to the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series trailer. In fact, the trailer is coming sooner rather than later, due to a massive shift in production for The Bad Batch Season 2. There's been a lot of things happening behind the scenes for that show between Disney and Lucasfilm. We'll get into that a little bit later. But everything related to what's been happening between Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and how they're using George Lucas by their side to really make this universe as attractive as possible to not just hardcore fans, but also to the casual fans that really grew up with Star Wars and respect the franchise. So where we stand right now is a very interesting point in time because we have yet to have seen the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, which as of right now, it's looking like that is going to be the official next Star Wars TV show. The Bad Batch Season 2 looks like it's going to get delayed. They've been having a couple of production issues back and forth here and there, and that might very well answer as to why the marketing of that show has been very much lacking. We haven't really heard much about anything about the release of the trailer or anything related to a teaser or anything like that. So the Bad Batch Season 2, we're not quite sure exactly when they plan to release this, but they are having some production shifts here and there. So with that being said, however, with the Kenobi TV series, alright, on top of all of that, with both Disney and Lucasfilm now focused on their new Star Wars projects like Star Wars Ahsoka and even The Mandalorian Season 3, both John and Dave are currently working on a host of new Star Wars shows that will be unveiled at this year's celebration. However, currently they are making major adjustments behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm. One big plan by that, of course, was pushed by creator George Lucas, that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be helping with is the plan to reset many aspects of the Star Wars sequel trilogy films that will provide fans multiple major retcons to the Star Wars universe. Now, further, it's described that their plan to make all of this happen is said to be a start, of course, with the Ahsoka Tano series, using the World Between Worlds, where Lucasfilm has an entire scene mapped out that will recreate some scenes from the sequel trilogy movies, where they will alter of what happens in those films in order to create a turn of events. Now, currently sets have already been built for the scenes that will feature the World Between Worlds, and that George Lucas is the one who will be guiding Favreau and Filoni on how to handle all of this. Now, further, it's described, however, that one of the big scenes that are planned for the Ahsoka show is set to involve a new turn of events that have to do with multiple scenes that will change Luke Skywalker's path, ranging from scenes in The Last Jedi to moments that take place before the sequels that will change what he does in the sequel trilogy movies. So let me just stop right here for 1 second. Now, the biggest thing about all of this is that they are recreating some of the scenes from the sequel trilogy and are essentially going to alter them, showing us the after effects of what Ahsoka Tano does with the World Between Worlds. This to me is very interesting, and this to me I think is going to be substantial, because when you look at everything related to Star Wars Rebels and what Ezra Bridger did, when he looked through that portal, he was not only able to see Ahsoka and Vader, but he was also able to see himself. And it was very Back to the Future-esque, where, you know, the main character sees his past self when he went back in time. And in this scenario, it's kind of like that, but it's different. It's like looking through a portal, looking through a keyhole, if you will, and seeing the events that happened some time ago, or some events that happen in the future, which is also what they're going to explore in live action. To me, I think that both John and Dave, this is a great path. This is probably the best way to change many aspects of the lore of the sequel trilogy, especially aspects of the lore that a lot of people did not like about the sequel trilogy films. Exactly what they're going to be changing in these movies is going to be considered very substantial and dramatic to the overall audience that goes ahead and watches this new TV series in 2023. And mind you, they are going to be making the Ahsoka Tano series, by far the biggest budget Star Wars film, or should I say series, in 2023. As for, of course, everything after that, the budget's just going to keep getting higher and higher. That's what they're doing right now, is that they are very, much moving in a slow pattern. Each and every Star Wars show is getting a bigger budget step by step. So with that being said, moving on from all of that, alright, it's something that Lucasfilm is getting ready to do in live action, much like Ezra, how he changed Ahsoka and Tano's fate. However, George Lucas is said to also involve multiple retcons that will be used in the Ahsoka Tano series to change the events of the sequel trilogy movies for characters like Rey and even Ben Solo that will take place. Now, Lucasfilm is set to use a mixture of deleted footage from the sequel trilogy films and combining that with new shots that will be filmed also to create new scenes that will be altered for the audience to witness. Now further, these changes to the sequel trilogy are said to be significant that will create big changes in the main character's path, such as Luke, Rey, and Ben Solo. It's something that Favreau and Filoni are taking very seriously and being very careful with to make sure that they can pull this off correctly and make this, of course, right for the fans. Now, the entire scene in which the events in the sequel trilogy will be changed and replaced with something else will also involve Anakin Skywalker's second appearance as a Force ghost in the world between worlds, where he is said to guide Ahsoka Tano on her path to the mysterious realm that allows her to actually do all of these changes. Now, Ahsoka is said to also change some minor things in the original trilogy movies that fans are going to really enjoy and will actually create nice nods to Star Wars Legends and bring new meaning to the Skywalker saga. This is a move that Bob Chapek allowed and is very eager to show the fans come 2023 next year, and is getting ready to actually tease the series by late 2022. Now, the thing about all of this, and I do agree, you gotta be careful when using this, especially with the original trilogy, but there will be some changes made using this mysterious realm towards not just the sequels in a significant way, but towards the originals in a minor way. And I think that's a very interesting way to go, because we went over of how they are going to create this scene where Ahsoka witnesses the death of Anakin Skywalker in Luke Skywalker's arms, where Anakin is in the Vader suit still, and how they are planning to make it that it's Ahsoka Tano who connects with Anakin and teaches him the way to become a Force ghost, essentially, teaching him how to transfer into the netherworld of the Force by gaining knowledge of this in the world between worlds. And that to me is very interesting, the fact that they want to do that. If you guys have read the novelization of Episode 6, you will learn that it was Obi-Wan Kenobi who actually guides Anakin to becoming one with the Force. And that, I think, is more fitting, to be honest, because Obi-Wan was a close friend to Anakin, and I get it, Ahsoka Tano was too. She was, basically Anakin Skywalker's protege. But what I like about this is that it actually is going to create some kind of connection to Anakin in his final moments, and I think that by recreating that scene and using altered footage, it's going to be interesting. As for the sequel trilogy stuff goes, though, that is going to be pretty substantial. I think that a lot of fans are going to be very, very much, shocked of what they see in this series, of how they are going to be altering some of the scenes that we are very well aware of in episodes 7, 8, and 9, and kind of just altering things up drastically. So, like I said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding from night to moon.